We'll also go ahead, look at players and assets. I'll go down. People seem to like it when I go down the list here. So we got Templar and Kilo on blue 4. Ziki, one of the biggest names we have in OFCRA on op 4. FAWR taking blue 4. Ezio, Viper, and Roland taking blue 4. Roland, a pretty good player. Joda 6-4 just jumped. We don't see where his his allegiance is yet. But Joda's op 4, TK Llama pretty good, as well as Rick Hunter on op 4, Montana on op 4, Alfred op 4. New name, Chillick, haven't seen him. Might have, just don't remember it, but he's on blue 4, always on op 4. Barros and Benares, blue 4. Blackjack, Bluck, Brewer, Brother, and Carioca, my bad, on op 4. Cheeseburger, blue 4. Cobra, op 4. CSF and Smiths on blue 4. Demovar, op 4. Despo, blue 4. Flip for Flap, op 4. Going down to the rest of this here. Hunter, blue 4. Ilbanek. He's usually on our multi. He didn't give me one today, so he might not be streaming today. Ilbanek and Pepe on op 4. Jeremy on blue 4. Jonathan op 4. Cali blue 4. Coffee Kuwait, because that's the that's how I'm pronouncing that one. Both on op 4. That guy's an idiot. Never follow what he says. But he has a star next to his name because I guess he's special. Fuck him. Lemur, Lux, Manshot, Miko, Mr. White, NASA, Nico, Nubas, and Parthius, basically OFCRA players on op 4. Mills, blue 4. PHK on op 4. He's pretty good as well. Pingus and Shadow, blue 4. Red Crow, Rigel, Ricky, Rizbo, Rusk, Seal, Settler, Shea, and Sippo op 4. Some pretty good names in there too. Skipu, blue 4. Sky Online op 4. Style off blue 4. I can't really read. I think it's that's Seagull on blue 4. And then we got Adamek, Tackle, and Trick Tack. I just noticed the names are up there, so I'm reading them off. Those guys are on op 4. VRAM blue 4. Valderin op 4. Vexen and X Steel blue 4 as well. So a good mix of names. I am seeing a few more of the names we see make the harder plays on op 4, but we still have a pretty good balance on both sides. So we'll see how things go. Now, I do play this with my T-Far on.
Hola, señorita. Słychać mnie? Halo?
Un segundo.
Słychać mnie? Halo, chłopaki.
So you're always gonna how do I put it? Hear them as we all get transferred to the T-Far channel because it's just a lot of people. I'm assuming that's by design, with the chopper exploding like that. Op 4, meanwhile... Interesting. So I'd assume then that's not by design, and blue 4 have a helicopter that's... I guess the building hide didn't pronounce itself properly. But no, we do have 2 pilot kits down, so I think they were meant to use that helicopter. That's funny. You know what? I have an idea. Let's blame Falcon for it. But let's see what they decide to do with that information. Regardless, looking at blue 4 here, we have multiple transport Humvees. We've got... I mean, what's supposed to be, I think, a UH-1, no, UH-60. Said Huey and they gave the Huey designation. No, it's a UH-60 Blackhawk. We'll see what they're talking about here. What's funny is I hear it cooking off over here. I think that's because its simulation is disabled, so it just, I think, screwed up in the initialization part of the server. But blue 4 appear to be having L1A1s, FNFAL, some suppressors for those as well, and then some FAMASs. So a mix of British and French weaponry. Then again, old British weaponry. Then again, the FNFAL is used by a lot. And then we've got RIS-21s here with that little box mag.
Moi je le garde le snow ou tu veux que je le pose?
Non, toi tu voler les single use qu'il y a là sur les McLean.
Actually, they might just be modernized FALs. I forget the designation for that weaponry, but basically a major amount of 7.62 calibers here. Not seeing... Oh, no. All right, so we got, ooh, a 240 Bravo Humvee and a Mark 19 Humvee. All right. That's pretty significant. We have dudes literally walking through the Humvees, though. That's a little interesting. We got Smoz also on the field. Yes, so, excuse me, OFCRA is a multilingual community. Savior Marker's mission's gonna restart. Yeah, they're gonna go restart that, because of the, helicopter exploding. And they're finding ways to kill each other here. Well, that just happened. Yeah, so I think they're restarting because the helicopter exploded. So you got to be careful when you how things load in the initialization order. Sometimes they glitch out and they load out of order. But as a rule of thumb, and this is what I had to do for my POG op today, the thing I'm putting in a specialized area where it's either, you know, hidden by a module or it has something that's set scale inside to make it bigger, generally don't have anything important in there. Have a Zeus like drag it in after, but obviously with something that doesn't have any Zeuses, that can be a little tough. So we'll see if it explodes again. Yeah, good luck, Falcon, because I think that thing's going to immediately shoot any helicopters out of the sky, but we'll see. I have a really interesting operation plan for POG tonight. If you've ever played Borderlands 2, I've pretty much made a bunker from Borderlands 2 as what they're fighting. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. I honestly don't think you can, Neko, but again, we'll see. There's going to be plenty of helicopters and ground vehicles for you to utilize against, so... Or utilize against it, so we'll see how that goes. Hey, Ezio, thanks for the 5 gift subs. If you got a sub from Ezio, make sure you thank him. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Oh, hey, look, Twitch is doing that delay and everything again thing, so I can't call out whatever happens. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and go look over at Blue 4 here. Did their helicopter explode this time? No, it did not. Okay, so they basically got a UH-60.
Ma cosa cazzo? È caduto a muro. Oh, porca troia.
Non mi parte neanche la live.
I blame Falcon.
Sì, perché hanno tolto
I blame Falcon.
Stay away.
Are you okay, buddy?
Stay away from it, stay away from it.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. There they give subs.
Se riavvio la missione è inutile, devono darci un altro elicottero perché spawna su un edificio già presente in mappa.
Wow, Falcon saying he hates Azariah, aka Lone Survivor of Us. That's a new one. Well, it's a monument now that's exploding. It's still exploding.
Send in Goat Team 6.
What did they put in that helicopter? I know, you hear ooh la la, mamma mia. That would be the Italian players there.
Wondering what would break first, this notification glitch, or your sanity.
As I'm not even going to acknowledge it, this motherfucker has been resubbing to me for the past 14 days. He's been constantly pushing the notification. Literally half a month ago. Falcon's porn stash was in the helo. Is that why it's so explosive? So the only way they're going to be able to fix that is if they move the helo somewhere else in the mission and then re-upload it. Or if they add a Zeus module to add the chopper back in or some way to respawn it. But we're probably going to see a delay in the mission. I mean, this one now, you know, that's a new one. It's literally like a swan dive wreck.
Thanks, mate. L'ho lasciato.
And what was happening to you?
Secondo esplosivo preso, ne ho due.
So West is the... Can you stop? For like 5 seconds. You had your...
Ragazzi, io incomincerò a minare
What?
la zona. Segnerò le minimap.
What? Everybody gains it till the AAF UH-60 starts teleporting. You know, you're not wrong. You'll see, call me. It'll be tonight. Well, the chopper stopped exploding, it then flipped, and then, yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, that's good enough for me. Okay, let's go ahead. OFCRA has multiple gases here, and they've got a 134 Humvee. Stop it! Stop it, Azariah. They got a 50 cal as well for an off-road, the 134 minigun SUV, and then they have this bad boy with a chin gun, 12.7 rotary cannon on the bottom of it. So that versus UH-60 with 7.62 miniguns on the side. That'll be an interesting mix. These guys are mainly having a big mix of weaponry from M4s to AK-74s, and then some other exotic things like tricked-out SA-58s. And AT-4s from the looks of it. I'm trying to see if they have any reloadable AT. Yes, they've got some RPGs on them. Otherwise, looking at the security forces here, the Canadian group, quote-unquote, since it's a Canadian VIP, it's Canadian military.
In a subscriber notification factory.
As I swear to God, I'm going to punch you. So these guys have mostly M4s here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A little bit of server desync there. I haven't seen a mix of suppressors on some guys, no suppressors on the others. I'm trying to figure out which one the VIP is.
No przynajmniej z jednego mostu. No nie, właśnie nie ma.
Why the server be doing that?
Mam zasięg jak...
Otherwise, looking at the Wagner Special Forces here.
Powiesz mi, sprawdzałem przed chwilą.
Okay, so Vexen's going to be, I think, the VIP because he's got the officer thing set up there. Looking at the Wagner Force here for the Special Forces. Okay, so they're like fully tricked out here. We're seeing AS Vals, VSSs, suppressed AKs, SVD.
Okay.
I mean, the AS Val and the VSS, I think it's actually just an AS Val. There's the VIP right there. It's going to be Alex.
PP e Cario. PP e Cario potete andare uno sulla 2, uno sulla 3.
Yeah, I think it's just AS Vals, but CQC-wise, that's going to be a great weapon, but beyond that, for longer ranges, that shot's going to really drop off. But again, point-wise, if OPFOR is able to hold their VIP in the upload area for 30 minutes, they get 3 points. Blue 4 is able to do it with their Canadian VIP, they get 3 points. I think their server decent, because look at all the network messages of people connecting and reconnecting. I think that's just throwing the server out of loop, because we are at above 90 players, and I usually see it at the 80 and above marker when... if you have multiple people connecting and reconnecting, that can literally throw the server in a desync loop because it just can't handle it. Otherwise, Church Cap Zone, that will expire at the 58-minute mark because we have an 8-minute safe start timer. So whoever has control of that zone after 58 minutes will get, I believe, 3 points. And then Dock Zone's worth 3 points. Both for controlling it and then having your VIP within it gives you an additional 3 points. And then if one side kills the other side's VIP, they gain 5 points. And then, of course, the supremacy bonus for either side's worth 2 points. Either way, OPFOR has a slight advantage on the sides, or a little closer to them, but they have to go off-road for them, whereas Blue 4 also will have to go off-road for theirs, but it's kind of a straight shot for both sides to get there. So I can see OPFOR rushing in, I can see Blue 4 rushing in. OPFOR honestly could just play defensive, go on their upload area, go on the Church Cap Zone, and then assault this position. Heck, what I would do is I'd have Op4 split up between 2 forces, half go to defend the Wagner upload area, the other half go to assault the Canadian upload area, and then whatever pulls back from the Canadian upload area go take the church cap zone, and then have the Wagner upload area divide between sending forces to the church cap zone and then the dock cap zone and then pulling back. Blue 4, I mean, they can charge right in, divert some of their forces to the upload area, and they're going to probably assault the upload zone and then pull forces to the church zone and do something similar. It's just there's a much bigger jump of reinforcements from Blue 4's group to the remaining zones. Furthermore, it's a difference of a UH-60 versus an Mi-24 with a, the chin gun. So I really don't know. I mean, Blue 4 sector, we've seen this one used in OFCRA before. It's a pretty good defensive one. Honestly, the final area just being the church, where you can, put guys up here and really hunker this thing down. I'm pretty sure you can't destroy it. That's a really, really good defensive zone, whereas the Wagner one is just a single-story building, which, you can easily chuck grenades through, open doors, the whole 9 yards. It's more meant for you to surround the area, but I mean, it's a large town. I don't think Op4 have the forces to do that. So Blue 4 gets an early on advantage by holding that one position, but VIPs immediately going in the area means at the about 39, 40 minute mark, you're going to start confirming tallies of points for both sides. So I think whoever mobilizes first and starts getting their forces out is going to have an advantage. I know the helicopters are going to remain locked for both sides for at least another 5 to 10 minutes. But I think whoever controls the skies is going to get a pretty distinct advantage towards the end game. Not medium or early game. And let me describe that real quick. Every OFCRA match is about 90 minutes long. I like to divide it into 3 chunks. The first 30 minutes is early game. The next 30 minutes is mid game. Last 30 minutes is end game. On your average match, you see a lot of action in mid game and then the final pieces of action in end game. However, with AOs like this, which are a little shorter, smaller in size, you can see contact in as early as early game, like within the first 10 minutes. And we might actually see a rush play by Op4 to go in there before Blue 4 can send reinforcements. Now, we're already seeing some back plays as well by both sides, sending forces down over here. I don't know what that's for. Yeah, no, that escapes me on why both sides would send forces all the way around, possibly to, I guess, backcap each other, but I think Op4 has a bit of a deployment advantage here with what they have. They are keeping a good chunk of their forces in the back line here. I don't really know why. Blue 4 seems to have also kept a small chunk of forces in the back. But Op4 kind of trailing their forces off. They're going to dismount them right here. This is only about 10 guys, give or take. I'm not sure that's going to be enough because the garrison alone is going to have 10. But, yeah, if they're not going to charge right in, that's going to allow for Blue 4 to reinforce their lines. So I think this is just going to be a massive attrition fight. I don't see either side immediately going for the church cap zone. Instead, they're going to go for the upload sites first because that's where the first 30 minutes of the round are going to be important, so that's all early game contact. Mid game's going to be for the church, and then end game's going to be for the dock zone. So we're going to see a good amount of action across everything, but at the same time, there's so many different strategies you can do here. You can do a divided strategy of trying to defend your unit while attacking the enemies. You could go for a purely guarded strategy and just try to weather any assault that your enemy puts against you, in hopes that you're able to repel anything with minimal casualties, but usually I don't see that strategy always working. It's better to be aggressive, especially if your enemy's putting more guys on defense, because that means more guys that your attacking force can then pick off. And even if this force fails, which I'm going to be honest, it more than likely is, the hope is that they kill off more of your opponent because the number advantage for an operation like this is going to be relatively even. Looking at the sides, though, we've got basically 2 extra groups there of Op4 for a full page, and then Blue 4 has only 1 extra group. So Op4 has a slight number advantage here of about, I want to say 4 or 5 guys in this 92 operation. Hold on. Yeah, so 92 players on the ground with me spectating. So 93 total on the server. But right now, OPFOR has a really good start to just get forces down and engage. I think both of these sides are sending forces in the back line to potentially stop each other's helicopter from taking off, which is why both sides have also set up a minor defensive element, because they're trying to snipe each other's helicopter before they can go airborne. That's a really smart play, but it just goes to show you the mirroring of forces here. OPFOR getting first strike. I need to quickly mute myself to tab out because anytime someone dies, we can hear them. But let's see. That was Ethan in the first command team getting taken out. That was by the 249, no, excuse me, 240 Humvee. Hey, Devil, how'd you enjoy it? I saw it was like a 35 person operation. Hope it was okay, but keeping on task here, we have Despo trying to pick people off. He does have a marksman rifle. It's a Mark 11 with an MOS scope. Wasn't able to land any headshots, though, from the looks of things. So, first blood to OPFOR. We're going to see secondary fights. I think the second one's going to be right here. OPFOR deploying on that chopper site. Blue 4 trying to ride up the coast. I think that's not going to be enough in terms of time to get them up to that position. OPFOR, I think, has a decent chance here. We got Brewer and Zicky. Oh, God, these are really good players here. Sixor, TK Llama, Seal Williams. The only one I actually don't know a lot of is Joda, but he's one of Zicky's guys. I think they could potentially ambush that UH-60 and give OPFOR that air superiority. But now all we need to see here is OPFOR continue to get pickoffs here. Because, again, I don't think it really matters to try to assault this position, knowing that Blue 4 is going to have a pretty significant defensive area here. I think what you really want to go for is just picking off who you can and then pulling back. Do some minor attrition in the early game, and then focus on defense where you will have the advantage. Because if Blue 4 doesn't mount any attacks, which is what I don't... They have this weird deployment here of covering the back line with some forces here. But I really don't get why. Because OPFOR, you know, they've also sent some forces out. They're scouting out this really exposed area. I think Blue 4 has a better bet of assaulting this position because their one defensive position is pretty well self-sustained. Lots of windows to watch the outskirts from. A very limited amount of areas that OPFOR can get up here with, such as over here. You can climb up right here. And then, of course, there's your main entrance. So as long as you lock those down, you're A-okay. But I think Blue 4 is committing way too much to defense right now, and if OPFOR can exploit that, that's going to be everything they need to do. But OPFOR, I mean, as long as they just stay on the outskirts with some AT ready and they hear that helicopter about to take off, they'll be fine. They don't have to openly assault this position. They just have to take out that helicopter when it attempts to take off. So all they need to do that is to keep a guy hidden in the forest, wait for the helicopter to be heard, come out and engage. They can also set up an ambush on this one car here as well, so they don't need to push in. I think they're going to push in, though, and they're probably going to have heavy casualties. But in an operation like this, you just have to wait for the chopper to be airborne and then just smack it. That's all you need to do. Same for Blue 4 here. They've dismounted in the forest. Actually got up a little quicker than I thought they would, but same strategy. You just got to get in a position where you can watch the helicopter take off and then just stay hidden, and you're golden. I mean, hell, crossing the river and then just setting up over there would give you a perfect shot. But I think both sides are going to assault prematurely instead. And we already saw that. Yeah, OPFOR, wow. I literally look away. It looks like there was an explosive trap that went off, and that knocked out a lot of OPFOR's forces here. So, who was the demo specialist? Could have been Messino. I apologize that I looked away right there, but yeah, no, OPFOR tried for an assault. Blue 4 baited an explosive trap, and we already see multiple OPFOR down here as soon as I looked away. Why is sound only coming through one side? Is it? According to OBS, I'm broadcasting on both audio channels, so that might not be me. But if other people in chat say it is, yeah, if I'm good for other people, then I think that's a client-side issue, my guy. Yeah, sorry, Ark. That's something with your headset then. Sorry to say. Now, here's the deal. So we have TK Llama and Sixor still up. Do either have AT to snipe that shopper? They do not. Brewer had an AT4. Another guy had an AT4. They did kill one guy right here, but... yeah, no, that was just unexpected. Meanwhile, let's see what Blue Ford does. We got some gunshots going back and forth. Again, you don't need to assault the position. You can just camp the vehicle. It's very hard to miss a near point-blank shot. But OPFOR now having a slight disadvantage because of that other attack. We're going to see them try to push more forces down to the control point. Still 20 minutes left, give or take, before early game ends and transfers into mid game, but also those first groups of points are scored. Yeah, I think both sides are being a little... All right, choppers just got unlocked. Both pilots are mounting up. I think we're going to see this guy pull out immediately. Oh, hold up. We might see a snipe. If Cheeseburger can get that AT lined, he just needs to look up and get the hit. There it is. It's going to land right on Adamek. Nope, it goes forward a bit. Takes out the building and kills him. He freaking sacrificed himself to snipe the 24! Oh! Oh my god! I haven't been writing highlights down. I need to quickly fix that. Oh. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But that's exactly what you need to do. You didn't need to breach that compound. You could have camped somewhere else and sniped the helicopter as soon as it became enabled. And it cost them 2 infantry because he was with another guy, but now this force can pull back. Yep, because they've done what they needed to do. That was their objective. UH-60 was able to take off. It's got the gunner in there, so Blue 4 now has that air superiority. And now it's starting to lean in Blue 4's favor. We still have a few defenders here. One OPFOR guy remaining, which means his battle buddy was taken out. So on the small side conflicts, just for assets and early game control, Blue 4 has beaten that advantage despite OPFOR getting first blood. OPFOR is going to probably try an attack on this compound based off of the forces they're setting up in front and around Blue 4's zone, but... now they can dedicate the rest of their forces in a defense and then possibly split to either go on the offense against OPFOR, or they can just focus purely on defense. What did I just hear? I see. Okay, so I think this Stinger was Lolo's. He decided to waste it because now he's gotten confirmation that OPFOR's air asset was taken out. So he doesn't want this to fall in enemy hands, so he's just going to whiff that shot up in the air. That way it can't be found and used against their own chopper. So that means there's still AA on both sides, but Blue 4's use their own because they don't want it to go under OPFOR. So we've got some long-range shots from this building coming in, hitting into this compound. Yeah, Zicky, his group was pretty much eliminated off the bat, looking at these early on casualties. Blue 4, they've lost 2 guys, but just for the chopper, and then the other guy that was part of the paramilitary force 1, I'd say the number advantage right now is pretty even. Because OPFOR did start off with additional numbers, but I mean, just look at all the skulls in various positions. You have Miko. What happened to Miko? Yeah, Nico in the air is dead, but why is Miko dead? What? What did you do? How are you? Who killed you? Why is the door open? Who got him? Okay, well, I don't know which CIA member of the hidden Blue 4 element that we can't see got him, but there you go. Blue 4 have secret players on their side engaging, but that is the sound of a 134 firing, which is the minigun minivan. Technically SUV. They are plinking at him, though. He's going to immediately drive forward because he hears those shots. That marksman's over on the left side. That would be Hunter here. I'm going to assume it's the Mark 11 with the MOS sight. Yep. But Blue 4 Air is in the air. The one worry I do have is the 134 could take it out. And plus, we have confirmed that there is probably an Igla somewhere on Blue 4's side. Otherwise, Jarik is down. He folded out. Sixor trying to run this one-man operation against the remaining forces here. Now, if I was in Sixor's shoes, yeah, so it looks like this ammo Vic's cooking off. I would destroy this Humvee or steal that Humvee and get out of here. Even though that wouldn't really slow Blue 4 down because they can just land the helicopter, pick these guys up, and move on. But anything to get out of there and stall these guys would be their best bet, because him staying there, I mean, it's unlikely that he would do well in a 1v4. I mean, Sixor is a good player himself, but looks like he's going to pull back instead. He could also camp it. He could destroy this Vic, find more AT, and then wait for the chopper to come back. And just play a bit of a lawn con game there. Now you got the helicopter trying to shoot down, getting shots really close to that SUV. SUV shots are landing a little further back. Now we do have some guys getting picked off in the open here by various flanks. If Op4 can continue to try to plink off and eliminate Blue 4 players as they become exposed, they could edge that number advantage back onto their side. Op4 could reinforce as well from these two trucks coming in. That would be 4 from that one, and then we have Op4 lead, so these guys aren't going to go into the fight. They're going to pull back instead. But I think Op4 now with these groups might have sufficient numbers to mount an attack, but it's going to be a costly one. It's up to Op4 to decide whether or not they want to try something like that. It looks like they are by slowly pushing forces down. The real trick is going to be what is Blue 4 going to do with their remaining forces. They still have some stuff both in reserve and kind of stayed back here. You got Sixor's turned around. He's trying to pick people off. You still have Drake bleeding out. No one's attending to him. There's still a few different ways this can go, but this is the main fight right here. You're hearing suppressed shooters suppressing up to Op4 as they slowly fold down. And Shay, I think, just got picked off by a suppressed shooter. You've got some follow-up shots coming in. That is by that one marksman. Shay's still unconscious. That was... I actually lost sight of him. I think it was either Despo or Skipu firing from this angle. But no, that UH-60 with those two miniguns is going to constantly try to barrage this position. I would consider aiming at the 134 its best play. And then it could also go up and harass other spots. The thing you got to be careful about, though, is where is Op4's Igla? If Blue 4 had a Stinger, Op4 definitely has an Igla somewhere. So where is it? That UH-60, I mean, when it's using its pedals to gain or lower altitude and flying really slow like that, it is a significant target that would be easy to pick off with that AA. All right, but otherwise, Blue 4, what we need to see them do now is just remobilize their forces. Yes, they have someone harassing them. Drake just bled out. But they need to basically take their forces, either fully go on defense or get ready to mount a counter. Right now we're seeing some forces still harassing, still defending, but we need to see the rest of this force be committed somewhere, be it on the defense, or I think the best bet Blue 4 could do right now is send these forces to counterattack where Op4 is pushing, because the defense is doing a great job of slowing the assault. But what we need to see is now a counterattack by Blue 4. There's the AA, and it was a miss. Blue 4 did a dagger cut, and that cost them their one Igla. So Blue 4 is going to maintain air superiority here. But based off of the smoke, I mean, it literally dodged the round. It looked like it went under the Vic there. Hey, Alex. But otherwise, we do see one force coming around over here. I'm going to quickly check on them. That's Paramilitary Group 6, which only has 3 people at the moment. They might try to go in on their own and eliminate something. That's a very risky call to put 3 people in there, but, I mean, you can't win anything without risking it big, right? So meanwhile, OPFOR, I think they lost a guy, because now they're pulling forces back. So we see them trying to suppress here. That was Bluck, their team lead, that was taken out. So they're forced to pull back. I think a Blue 4 counterattack would be perfect for what's going on up here. We still have a lot of OPFOR in reserve, though, but Blue 4 slightly building up on this play here. Looks like Blue 4 pulling back from that area. That OPFOR group might be going down to pick up 6 or cut off that Blue 4 group. It's hard to say. But I do like how Blue 4 is trying to do some, static defense, trying to see if OPFOR will send anything else. This, to me, shows that they are focusing heavily on defense, which just saw some AT get fired up here. Some guys got wounded, but all the while, that's confusing me on why we're seeing 3 guys going all the way up north to the dock cap zone. That's the end game position. If anything, they should go either to the church cap zone. I guess that's because they think OPFOR have control of both of these areas, so they're trying to either swing around or go all the way to the dock cap zone, which means they're trying to think ahead, but setting up an ambush at zones that they know OPFOR isn't currently at, and then waiting them out wouldn't be a bad idea. But they're also dismounting early, which means they don't trust that that zone isn't there. They could be using the UH-60. You dug the trench on the vehicle. That explosion right there, see how close that trench is? They got in that vehicle and tried to drive it. It armored into the trench, and it blew Nord up. Thankfully, no one else is dead, but that is exactly what happened right there. That's why you have to be really, really careful where you dig those trenches in approximation to your vehicles. Otherwise, you will blow yourself up. I was able to tell that immediately based off of how close that crater was. Now you got some suppressive shots coming in. But with this, OPFOR still has the opportunity to get forces in because Blue 4 is sticking purely on defense right now. Blue 4 doesn't want to commit anything even to counterattacking. They're just trying to utilize their assets from that 240 Humvee and the UH-60 up in the air to pick off what they can and otherwise pick people off as they come in. Very defensive turtle strategy. The only issue is that you normally don't see those win in PvP fights. It's more so the aggressive plays that break through the defense, get a guy or two in here, and then they're able to flank so many guys coming in. Is what usually happens. Now we're seeing this Vic overcommit first. They're firing into smoke. OPFOR's making some feints here. But we just have so many forces still in reserve here or off doing other things, which is going to make it very difficult for OPFOR to get their feet in the door, sure, but if OPFOR is able to get someone in, then they can easily turn this around and put it in OPFOR's favor. Now, my one fear for this Vic is it's firing into the smoke. Rigel putting a GL round on him. That's going to make it pull away, but if it drove up a little more, I feel like someone with AT would be able to get a hit on there. You see these guys? They've got radio animation, so they're calling this Vic in. I'm just trying to see if anyone has AT right now. Lemur coming down with that RPG. Could be everything they need. VIPs, we have Skipu right here. I believe he is the VIP. I could be wrong, though. As a part of that group. It's hard because the commanding officers are also, in the command position here. So I don't know where the Canadian VIP is specifically. I do know for OPFOR, though, that they have Alex as the VIP, so I don't know who the Blue 4 VIP is. Because I don't see a specific section dedicated to him. So Blue 4 still flying this helicopter around. Looks like they did some pretty significant damage to the SUV, but otherwise they haven't destroyed it entirely. You're hearing some explosions go off over here. We have multiple OPFOR down up here as well. I have no idea what caused that. UH-60 coming in. Now you have to remember Blue 4 also does have an AGS vehicle, so that might be the AGS car firing, unless this was it. No, it has a closed top up there. Or it could be the UH-60 co-gunner throwing charges, but I doubt that. But these are some pretty big explosions going off. But we see some more skulls starting to mount on OPFOR here. We got 3 guys moving in. Yeah, so Blue 4 is going to go for the hold their first objective, bypass the midpoint objective, and go straight for the end game objective and just be the last guys on defense. Whereas OPFOR is going for just, you know, taking everything that they can, dividing their forces between defense and offense. So OPFOR now heavily trying to push the objective here. So they're getting up there. You're hearing the UH-60 firing down into the smoke. A few Blue 4 guys on defense, but they can be taken out. There's a suppressed shot. The real trick is trying to find which window they're in. That's why this position is so easily defendable, is because there's so many places that you can put overwatching elements on to take out what you can. I think this force is now coming in to do the counterattack. Demovar trying to put rounds up here. Steel quickly folding into cover. Everyone's very attentive to what's going on right now. It seems like Blue 4 has just a slight advantage here. Heard another explosive go off over here. I have no idea what's putting those up there, because those are explosive charges or satchels going off. They're still suppressing those windows. But right now, all Blue 4 needs to do is buy time for their counterattack to come in. But the counterattack dismounting super early. They need to have the UH-60 recon out where OPFOR is to guide that counterattack force in, because if they dismount all the way over there, which it looks like they're now moving back in their Vic, they're not going to be able to counter in time. But I do love how we're having 3 guys holding 5 out here. Such small numbers in these firefights of, you know, 90 to 100 player operations. So that is the M240 Humvee also marauding around. UH-60 still trying to lock down that force over there. Yeah, they're coming in to try to sweep units. Rigel going to be the first to hear him. He's going to try to put a GL right here. Isn't able to do it in time. There's the RPG. That engine's down. Gunner just got shot out. He's knocked out. He's quickly trying to pull back. Rigel can now get out and try to shoot the driver out there. Oh, Gunner woke back up and is covering. Lucky timing. Gunner is now dead. And there's another thing of AT that immediately knocks them out of the Vic. Nannard running back. UH-60 now trying to suppress units in the open. Little bit of a waste for Blue 4 right there. Now you got this team's completely deployed too far, and now Blue 4 sending piecemeal forces into Op4, and Op4 is able to repel them. Rigel getting shot at from, I think, Vex up there. You're seeing these guys that have gotten up here. They're trying to pop grenades, knocking Despo to his feet. I don't think they're going to have a way to climb up from over here, though. Again, you can only climb up from about right here if you boost someone up. Or right here if you boost someone up. Having short-range grenades being thrown. You've got Templar and Steel firing at 3 additional Op4 guys coming around. Rigel still running around over here, trying to find where the rest of Blue 4 dismounted. But if Blue 4 now throws their forces piecemeal at the Op4 attack like that, Op4 could bounce the number advantage back into their favor. And that's why OFCRA is so interesting to me, is because so many little misplays like that constantly shift the balance of power between both of the factions. You really don't know who's going to win till endgame. Those last 30 minutes. And if it's not abundantly clear who has the advantage, you're probably not going to know until the final fight concludes. Last week's we were able to conclude pretty easily because it was like 12 people in 3 vehicles versus 1 squad of 5. Look at Nanard, though. He's trying to get some shots on Sky Online here. Demovar firing in the wrong angle. Rigel not noticing. NASA getting knocked out by Nanard here. He's got that 7.62 with that RCO scope. Got some additional Blue 4 that have come up back here. You got these guys still folding in, but they're being slow. UH-60, meanwhile, flying right on top of this position. Alfred trying to get his RPG out. He rushed that shot. He really rushed that shot. I like how he dropped his rifle to reduce his weight so he could stabilize better, but he definitely panicked and rushed that shot. It was not even close. Because, you know, it went from hovering to then trying to, you know, get a little bit of distance. He should have just waited for another opportunity instead of wasting that rocket. But I get it. In the moment, you can feel panicked on that. Completely understand. Rigel, meanwhile, watching his rear. I think he just spotted Skibber there. No, he did not. The grass was in the way. He hears this Vic coming. Starts shooting. Gets the gunner. Got to remember, when we spectate like that, we can't see his sights, but that symbol's gone for the top of that, which means someone has actually been killed off. That was the AGS Humvee. And he finds Skibber and eliminates him too. 2 for 1 there for Rigel. Ooh! Did the armor update fix that? We can see kill counts again. Hey! So, Arma updated yesterday, and it looks like we can now, we can actually do kill counts again, because it was broken for a few months when Arma updated previously. So that's great. We can actually see who gets how many kills now, other than the vehicle kill count. So that is nice. All right. Yeah, time to flex on FNF again, right? Falcon, go for it. So Demovar actually has -1 kill. Blue 4's blowing up Op4's vehicles so they can't escape. Smart. That traps them in there, which means that this force can then hunt down whoever tries to pull back. But that UH-60 is playing chicken with those Op4 guys in that other position. So now we can tell who gets what. But as we look on the remaining Op4 guys, it's not looking too good here. So Ezio on nothing, Barrows, Steel, Roland's gotten a kill with that M60 there. Larden hasn't gotten anything really. Demovar with a -1, that kind of concerns me. Kill count wise, I mean, Rigel's been really getting it here, but I guess other people that have been killed off were also getting the kills. But even then, seeing like no one in here getting any kills here means that we have seen Op4 getting dropped though, so I just can't tell what's going on. But look at that, Blue 4 building up too many forces in an area. Op4 trying to take advantage, but look at Benares here. He's at -1 too. And we just saw someone get that kill. I think that was Ezio. Yep, Ezio on 1 kill. All right, that's great to see that the update has fixed that feature. Oh, Benares now taking friendly fire here. Getting knocked out by his own guys. That's not good. And then you wonder why we're seeing a few -1s on both sides. Now you're double tapping him. -1 means you killed a friendly. Yes. And there you go. So this is one of the risks when you go off on your own to do a flank like that. You will get shot at by friendlies. It just be like that. So now I think they're trying to boost each other on each other so they can try to climb the wall. I would recommend they come over to this corner instead because it's a little closer. And you can claim, oh, but Liru, they don't have the eye in the sky view that we do. A few months ago, we did an operation with OFCRA on this compound, and they used this exact corner to climb in. So I refuse to believe some of these guys forgot about it, but I think they've now seen that over there, and now they're going to use that corner. And this is where these three can turn this operation around. They can infiltrate in and just start wreaking havoc on this position. The question is, will these blue 4 get... No way in hell they're going to see them. Because Op4 are going to be up in that rock. No, they could see him now, but they're looking a little to the left here. Oh, the timing. Did Lolo spot him? Lolo might have spotted them. Lolo's a pretty good CQCer here. He's got L1, A1. You got blue 4. Jeremy holding that position. These guys have managed to fold into this position here. They're clipping a little bit. Lolo, oh, God. Oh, God. 9-Bane going in. Lolo's gonna pull back. What just happened? Yeah, Lemur's in a little bit of trouble here. His buddy's dead. And now Matt's come around and he kills the Lemur. All right, well, blue 4 was able to spot that. Matt, however, getting hit by Demovar here. Manages to knock him out. Lolo coming around, trying to figure out what's going on. I doubt Sky Online's going to wake back up. So early game, I think both sides are going to get their 3 points. UH60 is missing. They've landed back here. I guess they ran out of ammo with the UH60. All right. Demovar being alone. We got members of Blue 4 trying to come around to find him. Still on -1. Hasn't gotten any confirmed kills. But you got to remember, those kill counts don't include people that you knock out and eventually bleed out. Now, good use of smokes to distract here. That's going to buy him a little bit of time by obscuring his position. But otherwise, this Op4 attack is pretty much halted. Now, I do like that we're seeing some Op4 guys already folding back to that other area. We'll get to that in a second, though. Demovar fighting for his life. See, this car, I think, is already going to go up to the dock zone. Blue 4 still combing that area. Demovar getting flanked from the rear. And he's knocked out. That was Roland and Ezio. Oh, gosh. Shots everywhere. And that shot is originally... eventually delivered by Despo for the killing blow. That's his first kill. All right. And that concludes... I mean, we're technically in mid-game right now because we're in the next 30-minute branch, but... that pretty much concludes the early game fighting here. Op4, I think we're going to start seeing transition. They actually don't have their VIP in the upload zone. Where is their VIP? Alex is in a vehicle all the way back there, so the VIPs have to stay in the upload zone for 30 minutes to get those points. So both sides are going to stall into mid-game here for their VIP points from the looks of things. But... we still have the SUV over here, occasionally driving out. The UH-60 is no longer a threat. But what did they do with the Okay, no, it's back here. All right, so they're occasionally pulling it back and forth. There is a dead guy over here, though, which leads me to believe the UH-60 actually got a kill on the gunner, and they pulled him back. Why is there shooting? Are they double tapping, or are you actually killing each other? Either way, please no. All right, so you got some suppressing shots over here. I don't know. Overall, still impossible to tell who's going to specifically win this. Op4 have definitely lost more than Blue 4, but can Blue 4 deploy their forces and capitalize on the cap zones here? Because Op4 is going to have the church under their control, and now Blue 4 is going to have to focus on attacking. So again, I'm really wondering, is Blue 4 going to focus on, once the upload area is done, just controlling the dock zone? And getting the extra points for both having the VIP in the dock zone and controlling the dock zone itself, and then hoping that they're able to hold any Op4 attacks. That's the natural transition I see here. So what I'm also wondering is if Op4 is going to try to counter that movement of force here by setting up and putting a force out here to try to ambush anything that comes in, to thus bottleneck the dockyard. So it could really go either way. But right now, I'd say Blue 4 has a slight advantage because they seem a little more well put together. Op 4 also in the same. I mean, they got their VIP out here. They should really be focusing on trying to get him in the zone to get the upload and then hiding him again. Then again, I think they've already done that. And now he's out here for that reason. So I'm going to assume both sides have their 3 points for the upload area. So that's going to mean there's going to be another 3 points for the church, which are going to go to Op 4. And then there's going to be 6 points worth of stuff in the dock zone. 3 for getting your VIP in, and 3 for having total control of it. So I think that's what Blue 4 is playing in terms of numbers. Give those 3 points for the church zone to Op 4, but then get the 6 points for the dock zone, and then it's GG. Blue 4 heli's alive, but they abandoned it, and I saw the pilot run out. So helicopter itself is right here. We could see Blue 4 send forces in, remount it, and then use it to drive in. I'm not seeing any damage on it, per se. I do see some black spots on the back. Oh. His co-pilot got taken out, I think by the 134 firing up. So without the gunner, then I guess not getting anyone else to gun it, then it's useless to him. They don't want to use it as a scouting asset. But otherwise, you're just going to see the stalemate until Blue 4 moves out their forces from the upload area, and Op 4 decides to either mount a blocking position or push forces to the dock zone. And I think you're actually going to start seeing those forces go to the dock zone, because we're seeing Op 4 mounting up a full car here. So I think Op 4 is going to transition between church and dock zone. We'll see if these 3 Blue 4 guys are able to hold. I doubt it. But this is probably going to turn into an Op 4 defense of multiple objectives, and Blue 4 then trying to assault it. And call me, that's exactly what I'm asking. I don't know. But again, I'm favoring Blue 4 here for this one, but that could quickly change. But it looks like this car is instead going to go help assist in the church defense zone. I think Op 4 should consider a two-thirds split of 2/3 holding the church zone and 1/3 going to the dock cap zone. This force can stay here to recon to see where Blue 4 starts mobilizing forces, because this is a pretty open area to watch any movement go in on. But otherwise, they should just focus on taking the remaining objectives. Especially considering the dock zone is going to be worth more than church zone at the end of the game. So Blue 4 could consider, you know, rushing that objective in the end. And as Falcon's saying, I'm not going to say it in that context, but I have seen in the past that, especially towards the late part of mid-game and end-game itself, comms do break down pretty hard, especially if a commanding officer has been killed on either side, or the squad leaders who had the long ranges have been killed off for a group, and no one picked it up to communicate with the groups. Because you got to remember, most short ranges only go out to like a click. So beyond a click, people might not be able to communicate with each other. That's why you need the long ranges themselves. 6 minutes until church locks down. You're right. Yep. So if anything, I don't get why OFCRA isn't pushing stuff to the dock zone now, seeing that, you know, nothing's coming out. So the rest of mid-game is going... So the first half of mid-game is going to be dedicated to just OPFOR holding the church cap zone. Second half is going to be Blue 4 probably losing control of the dock cap zone, because OPFOR is just going to commit everything up there immediately. So even though Blue 4 has the number advantage right now, OPFOR is playing the objectives here, and I think OPFOR still has a very fair chance at winning. So this is just showing Blue 4's inability to basically move on to the next phase of their plan here. It was a great start. It's great thinking. I appreciate the turtle defense, even though it doesn't always work, but this AO was a great one to do it on because of how well it's made. But they now need to commit to pushing things into the dock zone ASAP at this point. I think we're going to start seeing that here. We're seeing Blue 4 mounting up, but they need to do it quickly. And the quicker we start seeing vehicles moving over to this MSR, we also see this group pulling back to their Vic. They need to move up this road and basically just start locking down the dock zone. Because if they don't, OPFOR is going to push forces in there and beat them to it. I think at this rate, Blue 4 is still going to be able to get forces in. What's scaring me right now is, why is Blue 4 pushing to this? Does anyone on OPFOR have AT ready to go? Or did they burn it all? Nope, they have it ready. Oh, God. Alfred's going to turn it. Okay. 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 So I guess Alfred was putting the RPG in front of the Blue 4 driver's windshield. Ezio just shot Barros in the back. It was a scare tactic. It was to bluff Blue 4 into not driving up here, and Blue 4 is now calling that bluff. Roland going up on point with that M60. He gets taken out by Alfred, though, because Roland was doing a weird clip right here. We do have a Wagner guy dead right there, though. But we still have 4 people, so I think this was originally a group of 6. Alfred also taking that guy out. We do see a lot of blood on the ground, so he's been getting hit at the very least. But great double kill for Alfred there. He's actually up on 3 kills now. So making up for that rocket shot. Yes, Boo. I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I'll be in soup. I gotta work, though, okay? Yeah. Thank you. So, Blue 4 honestly just lost a significant chunk of their force here, and OPFOR haven't lost a single guy in this assault. So, Ezio now trying to come up here. OPFOR still holding. That's given some people who got hit the time to bandage themselves. But yeah, Blue 4 didn't need to assault this position. They just need to transfer forces. We see a group going up for the church. They only have 2 minutes remaining on that objective, though. It's a weird call. This man's hands are doing something. That's his entire right arm right there, and it's doing a weird twirl that I don't know. OPFOR throwing grenades down. I think Ezio saw that. But I think Blue 4 is now completely falling apart on their plan. Looks like they're starting to abandon the upload area because they've stayed there for those 30 minutes. He's performing self-surgery. Yeah, that's one way to put it. So I'm going to assume the Blue 4 VIP is Vexen. Or we'll look at the officer icons again, but it's one of those two. It's not the leadership, which, by the way, Blue 4 lead is dead. His 2IC is probably taking control, though. And then Op 4, I know they have a difference between their leadership and actual VIP, so it's Ilbanek and Alex. Alright, so Op 4 just lost Alex there. Rusk picking off some dudes because they somehow did this. Rusk being forced to reload as another guy pulls out. To those of you asking in chat, how? Welcome to Arma 3. It's interesting. He was evading a rocket, but Alex was the rocket guy and he was on the other side. But you know what? Sure. So Blue 4 committing even more forces here. Rusk is on that one kill he got. Alex was on those other 3. So we'll see what these guys can get at this point. Barrow's firing across the way. He manages to get Rick Hunter. And there's the 15 minutes done. Op 4 have secured the church. So now officially points-wise, it's 6-3 to Op 4. But now Op 4 needs to now go for the dock zone. Everything else, though, has been being committed to other sides. This shows me that Blue 4 is completely mistiming the scenario. Because now we're going to start seeing forces rush up here. Op 4 could quickly remount, though, and rush in itself. Looks like they're trying to fire at that Humvee, though. But with the amount of forces that were lost to this group here, that first team, Op 4 could bounce back. But we got only Flip for Flap still alive here. And Blue 4 still has, I want to say, half of their remaining force, if not more, committed to the southern area. So if Op 4 can quickly remount and push things around, which looks like they're starting to do just that, they could then hold the dock zone. Jared, thanks so much for the 32-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Okay. Okay, I want to point something out. Why didn't they do that in the first place? That's the smartest thing to do. That is the literal smartest way to breach a building. You just blow the building up and you kill everyone. You know what I mean? So, why didn't they do that in the first place? Why did they rush in 2 Humvees to clear this building when they knew it was filled with enemies because the UH-60 was firing at it? And I know for a fact they reported that up because otherwise they wouldn't have charged up here. They would have just bypassed this. Why didn't they blow it up in the beginning? Why didn't they just secure the first floor, drag their wounded out, and blow the damn thing up? If anything, that just kind of infuriates me because it's like, why waste like a full squad worth of dudes when this was always an option? You know what I mean? That's what bugs me. Because smart ideas don't come on the field. Well, clearly they do because then they remember that they could blow it up, but you gotta remember, explosive specialists in PvP are a really, really great asset when it comes to suburban and urban fighting. Now, not every building can blow up, mind you. But this is a good example of, you know, what should have been done in the first place to save a lot of people. Another quick thing I want to point out, Blue 4 still have the AGS Vic. That could help them out later. But look at this, Op 4 now pushing their forces in. Why is your triggerman... What? There's like a half-second delay on explosives. It's not that bad, but he also needs to be in a position where he can see the explosives come in. This was a great explosive trap. Don't get me wrong. The positioning of these was great. Out of sight, behind some slight stuff. Vehicles come in, they get blown up. But that was completely off. Like, if you're going to be there, then be over there. Like, you could be right here. And you'd have perfect eyes. Like, as soon as you see that first Vic come in, if you see 2 Vics, you time it. As soon as you see that Vic disappear behind that wall, you hit it. Perfect. And then you have another guy right here you're coordinating with, watching them come in from this side. If you're going to make an explosive trap. So why are you all the way back here panicking that you see the Vix drive by and then deading the trap that you put all the way? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So OPFOR now has controlled the dockyard. And Blue 4 had a significant amount of casualties at the construction building. I think it's been turned around. Blue 4 still has the number advantage. Very slightly, though. I mean, look. So we've got a full group, like 1 casualty, but 1, 2, 3 groups of infantry, give or take, versus 1, 2, and then a bunch of partials. But again, Blue 4 still has that number advantage, but OPFOR is now going to have the defensive advantage. Now, it's a little foggy. It's a big perimeter. Blue 4 is going to be able to get their forces right into the area. It's a bunch of dockyard buildings, a little bit of alleyways, room for OPFOR to climb up onto some of these cargo buildings if they vault onto each other's shoulders. You can have people climb up on these. And if they're careful, they can really do some damage, but they're really exposed. But if you get behind this little combine here, you could survive a little bit. Specifically in this back position, you know, crouching down into a sit animation. Just watch that angle. Good stats for snipers and RPGs, exactly. But Blue 4 now pushing forces around. They still got some forces staying back in reserve. I don't get it. We'll just have to see it. So we're going to basically watch Blue 4 now put another group in. We're going to just see small skirmishes until both sides eventually commit their entire force. Both sides are going to keep their VIPs outside of the zone until they can try to secure it. We're about to transition into endgame here. Another 2.5 minutes. And it's just going to be 30 minutes of skirmishing in this one zone. I don't know. It could still really swing either way, because PvP in here, it's really open. I'm going to be honest, the dockyard itself isn't really that defensible. Yeah, you can get guys on top of these cargo buildings if you stack people on top of each other, but even then, it's all open. Is Settler's squad still alive? No, fam, they dead. Were they the guys that were, Yeah, here, let me... I'm looking... Yeah, so some of them died in defense of that objective. I don't know where the other guys went. I know, Adamek, your imbeciles are dead. So OPFOR, we got one group on defense over here. I'm going to be honest, I think that SVD guy would be better up here. Yes, it's more exposed, but if you just camp behind these combines right here, you'll be at a little bit of a safer bet. And that gives you a lot of room, which, you know, if they have a guy up here... But why is the dude... Wait, why is the dude with a submachine gun up here? With a PP-2000 up here, but the dude with the actual marksman... See, yeah, you can go up here, go prone, you can hide behind these, there's so many things you can do. Just have one guy up here, that's all you need for Overwatch, but... I'm just confused. So you got, yeah, this is where you're going to see the shortcomings of the AS Val. Even at this range, it struggles a little bit. I do appreciate the keyholes we're seeing, though. Blue 4 starting to push all their forces. Op 4 going to be slow to push in their remaining forces. Wow. And then Vex here just turned around and shot the guy that was suppressing him. Going for some follow-up double taps here. That wasn't even the guy shooting, though. It was this suppressed guy. So this guy then looked around and just got tagged. Yeah, so Lux now trying to fire with that submachine gun at a pretty long range there. Now it's a battle for the dockyard. So great use of smokes by Blue 4 here. They're doing their best to cover corner to corner. Blue 4 have a few guys around here. They haven't really done much. They've just taken control of this building. Just noticed one was a freaking SCAR with a ARCO or an MGO sight on it. How long do they need to hold the dock? Till the end of the game, which is another 29 minutes. So whoever has more people in the purple zone by the end will win, control the zone. And if they have their VIP anywhere in the purple zone by the end of it, they also gain an additional 3 points. And that's optimal for both sides. Now, I do like how we're seeing Blue 4 already capitalized on this area. They put a marksman on here. This is Hunter, though. He's killed one of his friends from the looks of the scoreboard. This marksman rifle can be a really good advantage here. But look at Vexen being incredibly aggressive here on 4 kills now. He hit Track a few times. Track trying to look back. He's only got a one-time sight, though. Vex has, I believe... yeah, he's got an RCO on there, so he's got some better magnification. But great sweeping by Vex. He's being very aggressive here. Shooting up out of body. Ricky trying to fire back with that AS Val. As Vex comes closer, that AS Val is going to be better at this range. Vex folding in. I think he's trying to tag Trick. Trick just can't seem to get his gun out. The bullets are ricocheting off the side. I think it's that little, you know, bend right there that you're seeing the bullets. I think just grazing off of them and ricocheting off to the right. That's what you're seeing. So they're really going at it here. Op 4 deploying right behind Blue 4. Ooh. It's an interesting strategy. To counterattack the Blue 4 push as they go in. That could just be what Blue 4 needs to turn this around. Vex now being super aggressive. He's pushed out here knowing Trick can't spot over here. He's closing the distance. As Blue 4 is pushing up the other side, I think Blue 4 are going to be able to get control of the dockyard back. It's just, can they turn around in time to deal with that counterattack behind them? Yeah, Trick's still firing down there. Vex is going to have a great shot. Vex is then spotted. Wow, these guys hit multiple times. Flashbang thrown out. What's that? I think that was the flashbang itself. Vex. Okay, he's a lucky son of a bitch that Trick wasn't able to get any hits on him right there. Holy crap. But yeah, Blue 4 have also killed those other 2 guys, swept around, and they now have control of the zone. It's only Lux up here. Do it. Do it. What else are you going to do? Like, you literally have a PP-2000. What are you going to do with that? Just do it. Cripple him, good. The other guy's freaking out. This is it. Now you hear that counterattack coming in. Some Blue 4 guys drove by, but I mean, numbers-wise, I think Blue 4 now has that slight advantage. Op4 could capitalize on that rear attack, though. Lux was spotted by Vexen. Vexen's having none of that shit today. All right, Lux, this is tough because as soon as you poke over that area, you're exposing your head first before your gun, which means anyone looking up has a slightly quicker reaction time than you will getting out and putting your gun down range. I think Despo just panic fired at some Blue 4 coming in. You got Op4 trying to stop these two Blue 4 guys that drove in here. They're pinned. Was 3 originally, but they got one guy down. Messino taking the SMA out. Get a noob tube on him. It's an AT round, so it has to be a direct hit to do any significant damage. And he decides against it. You see, they've been getting hit a few times, though. Jonathan doing some pretty heavy bandaging. Some suppression with that PKP. But this force could come up and sandwich that group, and they'd be dead. So we need to see this force come in to get that close. What round is this? OFCRA only does a main round and a bonus round. I never covered the bonus round, though. FNF does the multi-round. Lux is screwed. He's getting shot at by someone parallel to him. And there's the headshot. Nah, he has no helmet. That headshot would have killed him. It was a center of mass body shot instead of an arm shot. Which is interesting because I believe his arm was in between him and his body when Hunter hit him. But that's Lux down. Op4 has 3 remaining groups. This group is actually just one dude. I think Blue 4 have it here. Just considering where the numbers are, who's been in control of what, it's really gone back and forth here. I think both sides had a pretty solid chance, especially with the misplays that happened. But at the end of the day, I think Vexen has been a pretty good mover of Blue 4's action here. 5 kills now in his name. Definitely not who I expected to be one of the top dogs tonight. Ezio with 3. But here, let's do a quick kill review here of the guys that are still alive. So there's Ezio with the 3. We're still having some crossfire, though. Some blue on blue, so these numbers could quickly change. Barrows with 1. Messino with 2 vehicle kills. Because they deaded Op4's Vix on the hill. Back at the Canadian objective up there to stop them from being able to move away. But now they're trying to fold back. And they're being shot at by suppressed guys. So they're caught in the open with Op4 overwatching. That's, unless they pop smoke, they're screwed. Sippo has a great firing angle on him. The only thing stopping them is the grass. From spawning Blue 4 here, this grass is literally saving their bacon. He's going to see that movement. He does not. Grass is just tall enough to hide him. Some grenades thrown as well, wounding these guys because they got lighter body armors here. Ooh, we might see one of them turn around. Yeah, they have no idea. There's a massive miscoordination here. Because Op4 fired on one of them. I guess he didn't give accurate data on where Blue 4 was. Because now Blue 4's popping frags behind him. And that is wounding some of the Op4 guys here. How do you... You had Overwatch on them, though. How do you not know? It has to be a communication error. Now they're gonna know. It was a Mark 11 picking their SVD gunner's head off. Okay, Ivan, he died right here. So I'm going to poke out exactly where he died and look out. I think I see one. He could be over there. Here, I'm going to poke my head out exactly where the other guy got shot and hope I don't get shot as well. Or I'm going to actually try to find a different angle, which is the smarter thing. Pepe, I guess, trying to check medical to see if he's savable. That man's dead. You're gonna... Okay. Remember, if you can't carry or drag them, they're dead. Oh my gosh, Sippo, you are so lucky that that headshot did not kill you there. That was totally a headshot. But I think they considered it as a chest shot there. How do you ambush a group and then get ambushed by the group that you ambushed without that group moving more than 10 meters? Great grenade throw! Shrapnel got caught on Mezio's helmet. 20 minutes remaining. Now they're going to butt crawl back. No smoke. That's very risky. I guess they're relying on the bushes. But at this point, I think Blue 4 has it. Hunter just picked someone off. He was at -1 earlier. Now he's at 1, which means he's gotten 2 kills. I believe one was Lux, and the other one was that one guy we just saw there. So if you bet Blue 4, I think you're good. So what really helped Blue 4 here in this fight? The really solid defense and capitalizing on the fact they knew this was a good defensive objective to hold. The rush play on the enemy chopper. The prevention of the enemy team from sniping their own helicopter. Not because their helicopter did a good job, but because they were able to get like 4 kills early game. And then Vex, I mean, 5 and that's the highest kill count I've seen. So he's wiped an entire team by himself, essentially. But also the quickly going up here and capitalize on Op4 not pushing in. Now, don't get me wrong, Blue 4 made plenty of misplays, but Blue 4 just able to capitalize more on Op4's misplays than Op4 capitalizing more on Blue 4's misplays. That's how I'm going to word it. Because both sides definitely made quite a few mistakes. Yeah, so there's a wounded guy up there. Coffee's dead. Well, that hurt. Oh, God, that got caught right on him. So I get these are some OFCRA guys. Great grenade throw knocking Smith out. VRAM's gonna totally be camping that first floor, though. How do you... So, as soon as Op4 breached in, VRAM tried throwing a grenade. And even then, it didn't work. But look at this. Now he's countering the push. He's getting blue on blue, though. Okay. He went for the wrong target. He didn't. So here's what he did. He immediately ran in. He wanted to go for the guy bandaging. He should have gone for the guy he immediately saw. He went way too aggressive there. He should have poked out, hit that guy, poked out, hit that guy. But he went way too aggressive right there, and that's why that fell apart. You got to remember, even in the heat of the moment, if you want to do a counterattack, you got to take it slow. That way, if you see something and you realize you're in over your head, you can immediately turn around and sprint back. Because if you sprint into something headlong, you're going to overcommit. And if you need to pull back, you won't have the room to do it. And by then, you're dead. All right, so Op4, they're down to, I think, 2 guys on the other side now? Nope, okay, 2 were just close together, so it's 3. 15 minutes remaining. Please tell me you did not just shoot at each other. It hurts. It hurts. All right, so Openex established contact with his guys. I've seen both PvP and PvE operations where someone gets knocked out and then everyone panics, gets in the vehicle, and they run the guy over and kill him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no. Please, no, guys. So Smiths isn't going to be medicked. I think Op4 have enough to do a nice push in. But I think Blue 4, just they're capitalizing the upper areas with the right weaponry as well. I mean, we got to take an SVD. We got Vex with the frickin' M4 with the RCO sight on it, which actually now I think he's picked up an AK. Yeah, with an NPZ rail, and he's put the RCO on that instead. And then you got Hunter up here with another, you know, marksman rifle. So Blue 4 really understanding their terrain here, putting the guys with longer ranged weaponry in high areas where they can overwatch. As I say that, one of them has disappeared. It's Flip coming back down, but they're keeping the actual marksman up there, so I don't know. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Op4 have to rally their forces and push in, but again, this is all open area. They need to really take this cautiously, make sure they're watching the high areas, because otherwise they're just going to get picked off. Blue 4 have their forces all spaced out. I really don't know what else to say in terms of coverage here. I don't think they were able to get up here to bandage their guy in time. Yeah, no, so 2 guys died up here. And then Alex is the VIP. They're trying to find a way to get him in a corner of the area so he can just hunker down and hide, so Op4 can at least get those 3 points. So we could, if Alex stays alive, that would mean 3 points for this, 3 points for that, 3 points for this. If Blue 4 has total control of everything, and I mean, Op4 just did a great job. They just took, oh, I say that, and they lost Sino there. We could see a tie game here if Alex stays alive and in the zone. Misano missing his shots there, running out of ammo. But the marksman's hitting him. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my god, what are you doing? Okay. Okay. I take back what I said. That guy ain't messing around. Like I said, to kill someone, you have to hit him with the damn rocket for an AT round. And this dude just hit him with the AT round of a rocket through a bush. I guess if you're out of ammo for your primary, you gotta remember, switching weapons is faster than reload. I don't think they meant that in that context, but wow. Wow. I got a few guys over here, but back to what I was saying. If they can find a way for Alex to be stashed in this AO as the VIP, he could get 3 points for Op4, and this could turn into a tied game. One thing I got to start considering, though, is the supremacy bonus. Op4 has 4, 5, 6, 7 guys remaining. So if Blue 4 kills 2 more Op4 guys, Blue 4 gets the 2-point supremacy bonus, and it's GG. No matter what Alex does, which I think for a fact we're going to see 2 more OPFOR guys die, which means they need to get the supremacy bonus out of Blue 4, and Blue 4 has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys. So we need to see 7 Blue 4 guys die. Oh, there, Despo's going to fold out. Doesn't get it! Ilvanek comes around and gets a double kill! It's these corners, man. These corners are causing bullets to ricochet off the side. Did I say points go to Liru? I meant points go to OPFOR. But, all right, 5 more kills. And they can have Alex stay in the zone. So right now, if OPFOR were to just purely play defensive, not go aggressive, they get a tie game. If OPFOR can somehow turn around and get 5 kills without losing 2 people, they would win. Oh, Hunter just got picked off by Mr. White. He's going to confirm that kill. I love how a dude with a single one-time scope was able to get the kill on a marksman with an MOS sight. Crazy. You got Lolo firing down, though. Manchote taking some hits. We were down to... I think they lost a guy, because that's 3. Yeah, we're down to 6 OPFOR players here. Technically, unconscious people count for the supremacy bonus as well, so if Sipo survives somehow... But if OPFOR loses 1 more guy and Sipo bleeds out, there's the 1 guy. So I think Blue 4 has won it. As long as their VIP gets into the cap zone. That's a big if. But we're gonna see the points go down at the end. I don't know if the commander's Lolo or not, or if it's Vexen. Vexen on 6 kills, by the way. I just don't know who the Blue 4 VIP is. I'm going to quickly tab out just so I can try to get that information. Yeah, so it's a specific operation leader for JF2. So he probably bundled in, which means it's probably Vexen, unless it was Skipu, in which case he's dead. But I don't know who the Canadian lead element is, if there even was one in the first place. So we're going to see at the end of the day where the points fall, because for all I know, Blue 4 doesn't have their VIP still alive. And maybe OPFOR's already won, because that's 5 points. So it's going to really just come down to who has the point totals. AT coming up, that's a miss. These guys are now dismounting. There's a bleed out right there, so OPFOR is, Blue 4 has won the supremacy bonus. Ezio trying to fold away. He's taking fire. Ilbanek doing a great job, but Vexen's coming around. Alex prone hiding up here. Yep, that's the best he can do. Oh, Ilbanek's dead. Yep. Desperately try to come around. Vexen's going to come up, double tap him. Now, is Alex going to risk it? I don't think he is. He's just going to stay prone. I think that's the smart call, too, because you don't know what's over there, and as soon as you shoot, you give yourself away. Now, again, this is all dependent on who the Blue 4 VIP is. And if he's still alive or not. Because if Vexen is the VIP, I think I think Blue 4 has won, but I don't know. I don't know. OPFOR's down to 3, but I mean, they could still win if Blue 4 doesn't have their VIP in the zone. Wolf starts unpacking a mortar. I don't think that's how it's meant to be used, my guy. So now it's just going to be watching these 2 players to see, I mean, how many does Blue 4 have? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they still need to kill 5 Blue 4 players to get the supremacy bonus. I think, let's see, a PKP and Mr. White, I mean, on 3 kills, I think they could do it. Tackle on 1. They've got some combat experience. They've gotten some confirmed kills. I think they could. They're just going to have to be cautious, but also aggressive. Which, those 2 are pretty much opposites, but they just have to know what to do when. Time check. We have Possibly 6 minutes remaining, actually, with 8 minutes for, yeah. So it's 1:38, I believe, will be the end. That much time to get 5 kills, though. That's tough. Ooh, they're gonna catch Flip out in the position. There's the kill. Tackle immediately taking fire, though, by Blue Lead, which is Lolo with, I believe, a stolen SVD. You're hearing AGS rounds fire. Oh my god, Ezio just found and killed the VIP. It's GG. That's GG. That OpFor's plan hinged on Alex not being found. And I think Ezio just got the kill. Now, if Alex doesn't, if he could... So here's the funny thing. He's unconscious right now. If Ezio doesn't double tap and Alex lives for another 4 minutes, OpFor still has a chance. But I think Ezio is trying to confirm the kill now. Every shot he does increases Alex's bleed out. Unless Alex did something crazy like tourniquet all of his limbs. But I think Ezio's going to get up there and confirm the kill, because finding a dude prone like that probably means he's trying to hide. But that's GG. That is GG for Blue 4 at that point. What if OpFor and Blue 4 agree to a ceasefire and the real value are the SVDs we looted along the way? At that point, it would be the AS Vals you looted along the way. Those things are expensive. Yep, there's the double tap. That's GG. That is GG. It's a Blue 4 victory. I'm going to wait till we see the official point tally, but I don't see any way that OpFor can score enough points to beat Blue 4 at this point, because this means Blue 4, even if there was no VIP, they got 5 points, and then they've got the supremacy bonus, 7 points, and then they're going to have control of this zone, which will bring it up to 10 points. OpFor only have 6 points on the board right now between the church and their upload site. And I haven't even counted if Blue 4 even had a VIP in the first place to begin with. So I think that's it. Unless the remaining 2 OpFor guys murder all of Blue 4, which mathematically means they would get, they'd be at 6 points. No. Wait. No, if they got the supremacy bonus, that would bring them up from 6 to 8 points, and then control the dockyard, they get 3 points, 11 points, so it would be 10 to 11. In which case, yes, they could still win, but that's only... Wow, they got Vex. But that's only if Blue 4 didn't have a VIP take those first 3 original points, which I believe they did, so I think that's GG at this point. I think Vex could still wake back up. Wake-ups are a little more rare in OFCRA, though. My question is, are any of these guys crazy enough to climb over the wall and try to get the kills here? One and a half minutes remaining. Now, again, we will be back at 8 p.m. tonight for a POG meme operation. They're going to find and try to eliminate Vladimir Voot and his bunker, which is like a Borderlands 2 bunker. And if you don't get the reference, it's okay. You'll find out soon enough. Uh-oh. Canister rounds. AGS can... Oh, it's a Mark 19 canister round there. So it took a little bit of delay because they are a little desyncy. But yeah, it's basically... you turn that into a shotgun machine gun. One shot with a canister round. Yeah, it's... Ugh. Will they fight against baby Apaches? No. Sorry to say. 45 seconds. And then there's a little bit of extra time for the initialization. I love how they're not even going to confirm the kill. They're just, like, assuming. Alright, Oliver. Okay. I mean, that's not how I confirm kills, but you do you, buddy. That canister round was pretty impressive. 10 seconds. Overall, not a bad round. It was pretty close. Both sides, again, it was a matter of who capitalized on the other side's misplays more, rather than who did better, in my opinion. Because both sides significantly misplayed, but Blue 4 just capitalized on Op 4's a bit more there. So overall, good round. We'll see the official point tallies, because I'm curious to see if Blue 4 even had a VIP in the first place, and if so, who he was. Because from what I saw on the roster, he's supposed to be a separate element than these two groups. 8 p.m. No, so it's not a pay for pain tonight. It's just a meme operation. The pay for pain for Pog will be. I've been saying it's next week. It's not. It's the week after. That's my bad. Blue 4 gets points for the most blue on blues. Yeah, right there it is. All right, so yeah, Blue 4. They got the VIP. They got the Canadian V inside the cap zone. So I think that means it was Vexen because he's not dead. Or it was Lolo. Either way, I don't know. But again, Op4 was doing a great job. Points got doubled right there. But yeah, he technically died inside the cap zone itself, but once they eliminated the VIP, it was all over. I forgot, because his body's in the cap zone, it officially counts, but no, it's a Blue 4 victory there. So anyway, we'll be back in 2.5 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Cooperate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.